Just a closer walk with thee. This is more of an intermediate song. It is one, uh, there will be a little bit of interpretation, and I will explain some of it as I interpret it. Now remember, mine is not the only interpretation. If you are doing this song, you need to make sure it says what you are thinking that it says. Um, Sometimes you have to do a little bit of research so that you know that what you're signing is what the song actually means. Uh, Again, I would encourage it to be more of the intermediate level. It doesn't take a lot of interpretation, but there are some. Weak, and that's where your hands are standing like on your non-dominant hand, and they're just kind of collapsing out. I'm weak. I can't hardly stand up. But thou, and again, this is that old King James uh, terminology. Thou meaning God, so you're pointing up to Him. Art or are, and we don't do a lot of those because it's incorporated into the context of the meaning of the words. Strong, and of course you're talking about that muscle in there. It's like, oh, look at me, I'm strong. You're designating that muscle. Jesus, of course, being the nail prints, the center fingers, the nail prints in his hands. Keep, and that's that K on the back of your non-dominant fist. Keep, and of course, me or I, you're pointing any of the uh, pronouns, you're pointing to whoever you're talking about. Me. From, two X hands, and you're bringing your dominant away from the non-dominant hand. From. All, your dominant hand is going to scrape up everything around and put it into the palm of your non-dominant hand. All. And then wrong, the Y hand against the chin. It's like you're pushing back because it's wrong. You don't want to do it. Wrong. Satisfied, and the top hand and the dominant and the non-dominant palm down against your body, dominant up on top. Satisfied. As long. Now, here's where you've got to think about what it means. As long or while. While one finger is going out, the other one is too. Pointer fingers. Take them out together. While or as long. Walk, and that's where you're actually showing your hands in that formation of walking. Dear Lord, and the D's, I do initialize this. Sometimes they don't. I tend to initialize this one with the D, dear, and then Lord, as long, think of the Miss America ribbon, the L coming from the non-dominant side down to the dominant. Lord. Close, and that's where you take your dominant hand. It's going to move up close to the palm of your non-dominant hand. Close. And then thee again up toward God. Uh, Grant it or give. Give. My, and of course, open hand, my plea. And there you're begging. And so it across the back of your non-dominant hand, it's like you're grabbing and pulling it. You're pleading with somebody. You want that. Uh, Let it be, and let it happen. And the 2D hands just come down. It's like a decision. Let it be a decision. Let it happen, and just bring it down. Happen. Both D hands at the same time. Through. Just, I think of Spock with those hands. Palm up on your dominant hand going through the non-dominant fingers. Through. And world, W's, circling and landing. World. Toil is work, and you're working at something. It's like you're pounding on something. Snares, though, on the other hand, and if you think of a trap, and your dominant hand goes into the trap and it's stuck. Snares, falter, and that is your three hands, and you're going to be like, oh, I'm stumbling as I go. Both hands, three. If, and that is the F hands up and down is like a judgment thing. Who, and thumb on the chin, and it's just a wiggle of the pointer finger on your dominant hand. Who cares? Both hands in the V formation, and it's just kind of like a small bump together as you're binding something. Who cares? With, one hand is with the other, both hands in an A formation, put them together because one hand is with the other one. Burden, and that is what is on the shoulder. It's like, oh, I've got so many burdens, and we think of those as being something that weighs us down on the shoulders. Burdens. And share, your non-dominant hand is palm up, and you're flipping some out to that person and some back to you. If you're sharing it, both of you get some of it. None, and that's 00, none. But both pointer fingers cross and it pulls it out. They always tell me that word but negates everything before it. So what you're doing is you're taking what is here and you're taking it out apart, away from each other. But, and then when. And I think of flying, I want to know when I'm going to land. Both pointer fingers out, a little circle, and pull it down onto the finger. When. And weak and feeble are the same thing. It's that life, and you think of the blood flowing up your body. Life or live, same word, bring it up. Is or finished. Both hands just, it's like you're dropping it, it's all over with, just finished. Time, think of your watch, time. And four, your forehead is the way I remember it. Flip it out from your forehead, 4. And again, no more, just double zeros. Guide, get a hold of your non-dominant hand with your dominant hand, pulling it across. You're guiding that arm across in front of you. Gently, just a small rub on the back of your hand, like grandma used to pat your hand to comfort a person. Well, it's that comforting motion. Safely, both hands in an S position. It's like you're bound and you're going to break free. You're safe. Safely. And then or means to go over. So your pinky on your dominant hand is going across the back of your non-dominant hand. Or. Kingdom. The K, remember that the ribbon for Miss America, the K across that ribbon. And then bring it out over land. You've got king over land. Kingdom. And then shore, it's like the waves brushing up against the object, the shoreline. I am weak, but thou art strong. Jesus, keep me from all wrong. I'll be satisfied as long as I walk, dear Lord, close to thee. Just a closer walk with thee. Granted, Jesus, is my plea. Daily walking close to thee. Let it be, dear Lord, let it be. Through this world Lord, who cares? Who with me my burden share? None but thee, dear Lord, none but thee. Just a closer walk with thee. Granted, Jesus is my plea. Daily walking close to thee. Let it be, dear Lord, let it be. When my feeble life is o'er, time for me will be no more. Guide me gently, safely o'er to thy kingdom shore, to thy shore. Just a closer walk with thee. Granted, Jesus is my plea. Daily walking close to thee, let it be.